you.
Moving on now to technology. The National League of Cities recently published a report on the use of facial recognition technology and said cities had a duty to explore it and other emerging technologies, especially in law enforcement. Now, here in New Orleans, a private citizen actually controls most of our facial recognition technology. So should the NOPD use it? And if so, what guardrails should be put in place so that civil rights are not being violated and that people are not being wrongfully accused of crimes? We begin this round with Senator Duplessis. You have 1 minute.
Right now, it's becoming harder and harder to recruit men and women who want to serve in the New Orleans Police Department. But that's not unique to New Orleans, that's across the country. We should embrace technology. We know that more crime cameras have helped New Orleans Police Department with investigations, it's helped close cases, and it's helped with deterring crime, quite honestly. But when it comes to live facial recognition, it's something that I am inclined to explore, but at this time I cannot support. It is too much of a test, and the impact that we know studies will disproportionately have an impact on people of color. So I have concerns regarding constitutional violations. At this time, I'm concerned about its use. I'm glad that the ordinance was parked at the City Council, but I will work with Chief Kirkpatrick, I will work with the law enforcement community, and I will work with all stakeholders to figure out how we can best utilize crime to keep our communities safe, but not at the expense of people's constitutional rights.
Councilmember Moreno.
Thank you. So currently what the NOPD is allowed to use is facial recognition if they have, let's say, a photo or a video of someone, and then they can put that into a database to see if that face is recognized. What we are talking about now is live facial recognition, which is really the scanning of our city, the constant surveilling of our city to look for certain people. And when this was first brought before the City Council, I can tell you that myself, my staff, looked very closely at this and started to see what other cities were even doing this. And there were no other cities where there were any ordinances that put in the guidelines as to how to even utilize this technology. And so as we tried to figure out the different safeguards, it became increasingly harder and harder to figure out the safeguards. So certainly at this point, I can't support the live facial recognition. But I do know that Chief Kirkpatrick is calling on additional experts.
Okay. Councilmember Thomas.
Well, first of all, I was proud to be part of the first effort when Chief Ferguson was on his way out to work with the NOLA Coalition to talk about how we combine technology and a package to incentivize our police department. Councilmember Green and I had introduced an ordinance based on what the chief and other law enforcement people asked us. We did our due diligence. We had panel discussions about it. We talked to the ACLU, Vote, Eye on Surveillance, and other concerned people. And then once the federal government and the state got involved, that threatened our ability to have our own home rule charter or to use it the way we saw fit and threaten constitutional rights, we thought the best thing to do was withdraw it until we could find a way that it wouldn't intrude on people's constitutional rights and that it wouldn't be used to target, especially black and brown people in communities like I grew up in. So until we can find a way to do it where it's fair, where it doesn't target certain communities, that effort is not only tabled, it won't even be considered.